Hi, I'm Ms. Mills, one of the theater teachers here at LAUSD. And for this lesson, we're going to learn about genre. But first, come with me and travel to the moon. For our warm-up today, stand up and make sure you have enough space around you so that you don't bump into anything. I want you to use your 5 senses to really imagine that you are on the moon. How does it feel to be in a low gravity state? Can you feel your body float? What do you see all around you? What do you hear inside your helmet? What kind of smells are inside your helmet? Can you taste anything? Can you taste sweat dripping from your face? Our theater word for the day is genre, which means the category or style of the story. Our story for today is one that'll be familiar to a lot of you. It's Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Now, this story is a fairy tale, and fairy tale is a genre where the story is meant for children, and there's often something magical or imaginary happening in the story. So let's see how that genre plays out in this retelling of Goldilocks. Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Genre: fairy tale, a children's story about imaginary and often magical things. Once upon a time, a little girl named Goldilocks was walking through the forest when all of a sudden she smelled something. "That smells delicious," she said, and she went to find the source of the smell. "Look, a little house in the woods. Oh, something delicious is inside. Let me go see." So she went inside the house. "I see porridge. Yummy. I haven't had my breakfast yet. Oh, this porridge is too cold. Oh, this porridge is too hot." The last bowl of porridge was just right, and she ate it all up. "I'm going to go see what else is in the house. This chair is too hard. This chair is too soft. But this chair is just right." And the chair broke all to pieces. "Oh, I'm going to take a nap. This bed is too hard. This bed is too soft." The last bed was just right, and Goldilocks fell asleep. Well, soon the bears came home. They saw the mess that Goldilocks had left. "Where's my porridge? What happened? Someone's come into our house. Oh my goodness, let's go check the rest of the house." They walked into the other rooms.
"Who's been sitting in my chair?" said Papa Bear.
"Who's been sitting in my chair?" said Mama Bear.
said Baby Bear.
The bears went upstairs.
"Someone's been sleeping in my bed," said Papa Bear.
"Someone's been sleeping in my bed," said Mama Bear. And then they saw that Goldilocks was sleeping in Baby Bear's bed. She woke up. "Bears!"
"A girl!"
"Oh my goodness, bears!"
"Oh my goodness, a girl! Ah!"
said Goldilocks. And the bears ran downstairs screaming, and Goldilocks ran out screaming, and she ran all the way home. And she never went into strange places again. The end.
So that's our story. And now what I want you to think about is, what's the main idea of Goldilocks and the Three Bears? And let's just get the story down to that main idea. And let's separate out the details, because we can change the details to change the genre and make a pretty different story. Watch what I mean.
Going back to our sensory exercise from earlier, imagine your Goldilocks walking through the forest. You can touch a tree. You can touch the bushes. You can feel the rocks crunching under your feet and the leaves. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? Can you taste anything? In our fairy tale version, the Goldilocks character was a little girl. The setting was the forest. But what if we changed those details and we made the Goldilocks character an astronaut and the setting another planet? Well, now we have a very different genre. Just by changing those few details, now we have science fiction, a story that is imagined but relies heavily on science and technology. Let's see what that story might look like. Now let's try a musical, which is a play or movie in which singing moves the story along and shows the inner feelings of the characters.
Look at that house, I just wanna go in. What do you think is inside? Look at that stuff, don't know where to begin. It's all for me to try.
These are really different versions of Goldilocks, right? Now notice for the musical, I didn't change the setting, I didn't change the character of Goldilocks. I just changed how she communicated. Instead of talking, she was singing. What if we changed it into a Greek myth? We could just add characters of the gods, Zeus and Hera. So see how genre gets you thinking, and changing the genre of a story is a really fun way to reinvent the story itself. So I want you to put on your thinking cap. How could you make Goldilocks a new story by just changing the genre?
And remember, genre is the category or style of the story. Some popular genres are Western, myth, folktale, comic, musical, mystery, soap opera, fairy tale, science fiction, drama, comedy, and documentary. One more time, let's do our sensory exercise. This time, you are going to imagine that you are Goldilocks. Where are you? What can Goldilocks see? What does she smell? What does she feel? What does she taste? How can you change the story? Open your eyes and see this new world around you. What can you see as Goldilocks? Start interacting with your environment. Just use pantomime to interact with the imaginary objects around you. Are there trees? Are there machines? Are there animals? Only you know what this imaginary place is. What could you pick up off the ground? What can you touch with your hand? What do you see with your eyes? What do you smell? How would that make Goldilocks feel? What can you hear? Is this a relaxing environment? Is it scary? What can you taste? And that brings us to your journal assignment. What genre will you make your version of Goldilocks? What do you have to change to make it into that genre?
And remember, you want to keep the main idea of Goldilocks because otherwise people won't be able to recognize it as the story of Goldilocks. So you keep that main idea. Let's go over what the main idea is.
Goldilocks' main idea. Goldilocks is careless and selfish and trespasses into the bear's house. She criticizes and even breaks their stuff and then runs away when they find her.
So, write down your answers in your arts journal, and as an extension activity, if it's okay with your teacher, you could make a little video of your version of Goldilocks. If your school has supplied you with an iPad, then you can use iMovie. Open up iMovie and select the trailer. That's how I made that science fiction version of Goldilocks at the start of this video. I selected the trailer and I put in the different clips that I took using my iPad into that trailer on iMovie. It selects the music for you, and if you notice on iMovie, they have different categories or genres that you can choose. So as an extension activity, you could play with that a little and see what kind of genre you can make your Goldilocks movie trailer. All right. Have a great day.